Hello friends, welcome to Garden Tour Saturday. Hosted by Grandma Sandy, it's an open collaboration, anyone can join, and co-hosts are Growing on Vancouver Island, Suffolk Susie, and Patricia N. Cube. Well, she was finally caught in the act. The other night, we saw something moving outside the door and looked, and there she was. The deer that's been stealing my leaves, my flowers, and some of my vegetables. She just looked at me like, "Hey, what do you want?" Not worried at all. She was nibbling on some green grass, and I learned later that as I was watering the tree that day, I had left the water on, and my husband heard the pump go on at around midnight and got up and looked, and sure enough, I had left the water on. Oops. So it was very dark outside. As you can see, her eyes are shining. And she wasn't worried at all about me. I finally had to yell at her to go away. So here's the next morning. You can see that there are hardly any leaves left and that some of the branches have been shortened. Same with my kiwi tree. Okay, and here's my bell peppers. She ate all the leaves and the stems, but the peppers are still intact, and I think I'm about ready to harvest them. I only have 2 branches of the cherry tomatoes now, where I think I had 4 or 5. This deer is well fed. And then my larger tomatoes, she didn't really damage them, so I have 3 or 4 on the vine. So nothing like many of you gardeners who have a row of tomato plants. So I think that's why it was so distressing to me to lose everything. But the good news is I have my snapdragons. The deer don't seem to bother them. And here we are back in the snapdragon garden in the bathtub, and they've all come back again. I pruned a few to get rid of some of the dead ones, but then they all have been coming back, and the alyssum is really pretty too. And there are some other areas where I have snapdragons, and they're just going crazy, and I'm not showing them today. In the rest of the video, I'm going to, we're taking a drive to town and back, and I just wanted to show you some sights. These yellow fields, we think, are small sunflowers that have popped up after the harvest of the grain. But they could be brown-eyed Susan. Now here's the first of our deer sightings. As you can see, she's camouflaged very well. And all of the deer sightings in this video were of one day, going to town and back again. I know many of you have deer that come on your property too. Because we have a dog, we don't see them maybe as often as other people do. Plus it is getting near hunting season, and pretty soon we won't be seeing them at all. They seem to know that, the timing, and hightail it up to the higher country, I think. This last video coming up was my favorite. We got such a good video of these bucks. They were curious, but not too worried about us. And of course, I'm going to leave you with some sunsets. Another beautiful orangey pink sky. Turns out a little orangier in the video. And this is a view from inside the house. And I want to thank you again for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever in the world you are.